Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Welcome to your new moon 5-card draw for this new moon. 2 full moon in July. It's all in 1 month. How lovely. The 9th to the 23rd. But we'll get to that in a minute because I am your reader. Angelo Lyons, Mel for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of DrawingTheCircle Productions since 1998, the Archangel of Lyons. Angelo Lyons, you can just call me Mal. People would ask me, what do you mean you're an Archangel? I mean, aside from my name being, Angelo Lyons, the Archangel of Lyons. An angel is a messenger of light, a messenger of truth, and an Archangel is a conglomeration of billions and trillions of angels as one. So, yeah, I belong to Archangel Ariel. I'll probably do a video on it at some point going into deeper, but whatever. Because it's on a Monday, and yesterday was Independence Day here in the U.S., in the US. So feeling really good. First read of the new series, so let's get down to it, shall we? It's a general read, blah, 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 all of that. But we're looking at a specific timeline, so this is not a timeless, this is a timed, right? We're looking at the new moon in Cancer on July 9th, Friday, July 9th. We're off to a running start on this one. 9:17 p.m. That is Eastern time because I'm in New York, and us New Yorkers never really confess up about where we live. Except always, we are looking then at a waxing moon read. The moon will be waxing to full Friday, July 23rd, turns at 10:37 p.m. Again, Eastern, and it will be in Aquarius. So from Cancer to Aquarius, waxing, we're going to be using 5 decks, hence the 5-card draw, to help you cast, right? To help you get some information, inspiration, what have you, from the pantheons of the divine clues, tips, and hints about what to shoot for at new moon. So I try and get them out right before full new moon. That will then, you plant the seed and it will wax and grow. From Cancer to Aquarius, right? So we're looking from 4th house to 11th house. That should be interesting. So both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath if you will. I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from my pantheons, or I should say from my pantheons of the divine through me, through these cards to you. And all the decks that I read are always in the bottom of the description box, along with some lovely links to other videos if you want to check those out. All right, enough exposition. Let's do some divination. Breathe. Yeah, because what we're starting with? We're starting with magical spell cards by who? Say it with me. Lucy Cavendish. I loved using her Blessed Bee deck for the soulmate reads. Just finished those yesterday, the timeless soulmate contract reads. So I love her work. I love Blue Angel Publishing. So enough of this. Please take a nice deep breath one more time. Yeah, there we go. As I call upon the ancestors of magic, miracles, and mysticism for the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. Oh boy. Hold on. Yeah, put these on mark. I felt them rush in. Not like they weren't here. Yeah, the ancestors of magic, of miracles, and of mysticism. Please, a magical spell card. The element of fire. We're actually doing fire, earth, air, water, spirit. The 5 magical elements there. Please, what is the spell fragment best suited to the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, that they can start this at the new moon, maybe a couple of days after, right, and wax it to full, this new in Cancer to full in Aquarius, July 2021. Prosperity. Ding, 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 ding. Prosperity. As this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may I prosper from the universal divine. Not great meter, but nice thought, right? As this tree grows so strong, so fine, 8, so may I prosper from the universal divine. Yeah, that's not matching meter, but what a great thing to start at a new moon. Now, prosperity is a little different than abundance, and that's another conversation. She's got grapes in her hand, right? So, like, you're planting a seed in some way, shape, or form. Now, as this tree is specific there, I think you could play around with that verbally if you wanted to. It's not part of the rhyme scheme. To bind the spell well every time, let the spell be spake in rhyme. Thank you, Doreen Valiente, wherever you are. The vibe that I get off this, though, and it's number 3, certainly my lucky number, plant something, literally or symbolically, for prosperity. And I always come back to that thing of the acorn. Within the acorn is the complete DNA, everything needed to create an oak tree that will, if given the opportunity over its lifespan, shed billions, if not trillions, of acorns from it, right? But has to be planted, has to be tended, and it just doesn't come overnight. Woof. Okay. So we've got that on the table. Let us move then to our element of earth. And we're going to use the Crystal Oracle, Tony Carmine Salerno. Yeah, 3 of these. Well, let's see. I've got, what, 4 oracles and a healing system here. 3 of them are Blue Angel Publishing. Psyched. Breathe. As I call to Archangel Ariel, my personal archangelic lineage, the Archangel of Lyons, the Archangel of Nature, certainly powers of Earth, the direction of North. For the Crystal Oracle, please. What is the stone, crystal, gem, mineral that the Aries collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign could work with? Maybe the energy, just what's written on the card, the oracle itself, maybe the stone itself, for this prosperity seed that they will be planting this new moon in Cancer to full in Capricorn. Oh, my, it's Australian agate. Australian agate. It looks like regular banded agate to me, but, you know. I mean, that's got to be where it comes from, right? It's like, yeah, I got some great Australian agate that we dug up in Arizona. How does that work? So what I love about this oracle is not a lot. It's not like pages and pages. But it gives keywords and then literal oracular messages. So your keywords here, perception, because perception is not reality. The sun does not really rise in the east and set with the west. It's stationary. We turn. Strength. Courage and stamina. Ooh, it sounds very Australian. Somebody grab Barbie and throw her a shrimp. I don't know. Your powers of perception, along with your mental and physical body, are presently being strengthened. Okay, so, you know, whether you can get an actual Australian agate or not, I think working with agate in general would carry that kind of vibe with it, particularly that strength and courage to handle the prosperity and the journey of the waxing moon. This will give you the courage and energy required to tackle what seems at present to be a complex and somewhat insurmountable problem. Now, I'm just going to back it up again to this prosperity card because the energy just shifted with that one. It's like math, right? You don't know the end equation until all the numbers are in. Please don't make me do math. What kind of prosperity is this? Is it purely financial? Certainly, if it is, that would make sense if you're having to find the courage to get to what seems like an insurmountable problem. This problem, oh, here we go. This problem involves someone who is incompatible with your ideas and principles. Now, take what resonates on that. Certainly, if this is not you, we'll know by the end. You are being urged to stand your ground, yet keep your calm. Don't allow yourself to be psychologically or emotionally bullied, possibly about money, right? That's easy enough to do. Even people who care about you and love you will do that. Well, don't do that because what about the money? You know, what about the money? What about them dollars? Important, but not more important than honoring your true self and your spirit. All concerned will soon realize the truth that you have already known for quite some time, that this particular person is simply not the person they present themselves to be. So it looks like we have fox in the hen house, snake in the grass going on here, something to do with prosperity. But remember, Proserpina is the Roman name of Persephone, one of my goddesses. So really, that fertility that is seasonal. Right, the maiden of spring, the summer lady, she's in that phase now at her most lethal, the sun that kills, and then queen of the underworld for 6 months. So we've got maiden, lady, queen. so to speak. Not necessarily made in Mother Crown. Yeah. All right, let's go then to our element of air, right? So if you get an Australian agate and cast for that prosperity, and I mean, there are other cards that could have come up in the spell cards there just for courage, but perception, right? That there are perceptions that need to be healed here, and the courage to do it. So who are the healing angels? That would be most helpful. Now, what I find with these is when I work with these myself, when the angel card comes up, it's really a signal that, no, these angels are already assigned to you, but there is a law of cosmic non-intervention, just like Prime Directive, Star Trek, right? That the angels will come, but we have the free will, the throat chakra, we have to ask, right? And that can be as simple as help, or casting a spell, saying a prayer, whatever your intentional work is at new moon. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon the collective pantheons of angels and archangels for the sign of Aries, direction of the south, powers of fire, those would be the Michaelite angels, please. One card in clarity. Who are the healing angels ready to leap in and help this Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign with this spell, speak the seed intention of prosperity with that Australian agate, to help clear perceptions that there's somebody here perhaps that ain't being who they pretend to be. Maybe it's them, maybe it's somebody else in a general read, hard to tell. So who's the healing angels they can call on with that Australian agate this new moon in Cancer to full in Aquarius? Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael, Archangel Michael. The angel of truth and will, fire, right? The will of God, the will of love, the will of truth. But, you know, I can't help it. I was raised Catholic, obviously. I'm not anymore. The Catholic iconography, they're flashing it strong in my third eye. Oh my God, this is quite literal, yet totally symbolic. Sword drawn, head on the neck of the devil, the Lord of Lies, right? He got his sword of truth. And so, yeah, the truth is key here. But there's got to be some aspect of physical prosperity, abundance. Maybe there's a thieves in the temple tonight. A little Prince vibe for you there. I'm wondering if he's spirit guiding me now, which would be lovely. Oh, I love him so much. Oh, yeah, Archangel Michael. Right, the truth will win out here, but call it in anyway. Yeah, also the protector and defender, right? The archangel of rescuers and protectors, right? Like EMT, first responders, firefighters, policemen. My dad was a volunteer fireman, so I grew up with that sort of vibe around me. Element of fire. But now we get to the element of water here. So you got prosperity and your element of fire, will, desire, intention. Crystal oracle, your element of earth, Australian agate. Element of air, right? Pray to, talk to, read about, whatever. Archangel Michael, for sure. It's the only archangel named by name. Everything else is by function or service in that deck. But here we got our element of water. And what do we call it, my regular subscribers and watchers? The Party Turner deck, where we're going to see what the voices of the higher selves say about your element of water with the whispers of love. Please take a nice deep breath. Well, how delicious is that? Okay, all right. Higher selves of all involved, fifth dimension above, eighth chakra and above for this Aries collective sun, moon, rising, Venus sign. What is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, or insight they most need with this element of fire, prosperity, element of earth, Australian agate, perception, courage, right? The clarity that all will come out in the end with truth, with Archangel Michael and their element of air. What is their element of water here? This new moon in Cancer to full in Aquarius. Back to what you love. Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. I think we have a weasel in the hen house. Connie chicken eggs. Oh, Melissa Munn, bless your soul. This is really very much a powerful thing here. That this is not happening to you. This is happening for you. This is exposing someone who out of their own pain is pulling a sneaky here, so that you can really step back and reevaluate. Now this is where we get the prosperity card. Now you take this and it resonates, but I mean take it as the interpretation that feels the strongest to you. What is of value to you, right? Because when you think prosperity, you think of something that prospers, that grows, that gives back, right? Like you plant a seed and it gives back way more. Now, there's effort involved in the waxing and the growing and the harvesting and all of that. But if this is indeed over money, you might have to really sit back and reevaluate, right? Appraise. What is important to you? What is it that you really want so that you can get back to what you love, particularly if there was someone thieving, particularly if there was someone sabotaging. And if indeed this is you, remember we all do it when we are in pain, and that's what's underneath this, fear and pain. This is getting a little too personal, but for some people, they're just doing to you what was done to them and they're not even aware. So that's why the perception of it, in other words, it's perhaps an innocent weasel. What? All right, an innocent weasel, right? They don't realize a baby weasel. Weaselette? I don't know. Weaselini? Weaselino, I guess if we're going to gender it, whatever. All right, fire, earth, air, water, spirit. Of course, the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck. Is it in every reading I do? Yeah, because it's been really helpful for me, and so much so from my clients. Really, I would never share the DMs that go back and forth between me and my clients, because a lot of them have become, well, client friends, right? So they, whenever I do a reading for someone, if you want to book a reading, it's really easy. Just find me on social media. Everything's in the description box. But I say to them, you know, after they read me, it's like, I just want to hear back from you in 48 hours, because it takes some time to integrate the energy of the reading regardless of what was said, right? So I get these feedback, it's like, oh my God, that mantra blew my head off in the best possible way. So let's see what you get, my Aries. Ruled by the head. Rules the head? Yeah. Give or get. Here we go. As I call upon the Ascended Masters General Assembly, but I am going to say there's a touch of this that is definitely soul contract, right? There's somebody here that did something sneaky, right? Might have been a bait and switch, might have been all sorts of dishonorable behavior. So for whoever this is, and if this is a cross watcher, and you are watching for an Aries, that could easily be the Aries, right? Not that all Aries are immature, but the first sign of the zodiac, sometimes the impulse, they do things and they don't realize until afterwards. Of course, you know, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, got to feel that out. So, so I think that message, getting back to what you love, is very much for you if you are cross-watching this. And in the end, this is all going to be revealed. So please, the Ascended Masters, what is the perfect healing mantra, right? Of spirit, right? To energize the spell, the intention, fire, earth, air, water. They got prosperity in their fire. Australian agate with that clarity, with that perception, with that courage, that, you know, they don't really have to do much here. It's all going to be revealed. They stay grounded, they stay strong, they stay centered, with Archangel Michael at their front, back, both sides, above, below, and within, with back to what they love in their element of water. Yeah, not easy to be defenseless here, but to be open and innocent with all of this must be really tricky. So what do you got? This Aries collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign. New moon in Cancer, the perfect mantra to full in Aquarius, July 2021. Hearing inner guidance when my intuition flows whenever I am still. My intuition flows whenever I am still, which is why this might be an emotional withdrawal, pulling back, reevaluating, but not just reevaluating purely with the mind or statistics. I understand when money comes into things, or prosperity again in any way, shape, or form, and you need some clarity, right? You need that centeredness, that courage, because perception's not as all as it appears to be here. So listen to your inner guidance. Now I will read from the bookie book on this. I didn't do this for the soulmate reads because there were 3 of them, but I feel like, considering I practically opened right to it, that's the right thing to do. Hearing inner guidance My intuition flows whenever I am still, right? So you don't need to like go into an ashram or your sacred space. If you're out in the world, you'd be like, excuse me, I need to go to the bathroom for a moment, right? Just go in there, and because your intuition flows whenever you are still. I find the easiest way to be still is just to listen. Right? Particularly if I hear my cats upstairs getting into something. Right? Instant stillness. When you hear inner guidance, you receive an affirming and defining moment of inspiration. It can be a new direction, a new way of seeing old patterns, or an enchanted idea that it is delivered in your own voice out of the silence, and that's the best ever. When inner guidance is heard, you are ready to either hunker down into the healing benefits of your current situation, fight, okay, or move forward into a brand new chapter. Flight, moving forward though, not running away from, but moving forward into. In either case, this is an opportunity to further align with your soul embracing your needs, right? So this is about embracing your inner needs so that you can get some real clarity from the soul, not the personality or the ego, about what's going on in this situation. This mantra is ideal for resolving restlessness, not unknown in Aries all across the board, becoming a better listener within, and being more open-minded. So look, I'm not exactly sure which side of the table you are on this, and I don't mean in the cards. I mean in terms of somebody's not being authentic. Now look, I break chains of illusion and set all things to right, reveal what has been hidden, and bring the truth to light. For the well-being of all and with harm to none, as I will to let it be done. Lovely little spell. Sort of a ripoff from Charmed, because they work in rhyming couplets, and so do I. That sort of thing, particularly with prosperity on the table here, right? Let's lay this out in a final little blessing prayer. Whatever. Breathe. Yeah. Here we go. My collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved. Please may this Aries collective sun, moon, rising Venus sign be blessed with all that they need. This new moon in Cancer, waxing to full in Capricorn, that in their element of air they may call upon Archangel Michael for the truth that will protect and defend what is authentic in them. Leave that for last. Working perhaps with a piece of Australian agate or similar, so that they can have the courage to stand their ground and be grounded, because there is some lies, illusions, deceptions, and delusions going on here on some scale, from minimal, accidental, to all the way full blown weasel in the hen house, so that they can get back to what they love, this current situation, giving them the opportunity to really get clear about what they want, and the best way for them to do that is with hearing inner guidance, with the mantra, my intuition flows whenever I am still, so that they can cast for this prosperity in their life in whatever way, shape, or form as needed. That as this tree grows so strong, so fine, so may they prosper from the universal divine, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. So it is. Yeah, that was good. I love casting on camera. Do 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 do. Yeah, they're playing in my head again. I didn't do that as much in the soulmate reads. I thought I was gonna, but those were so freaking intense, and this is so much more fun. So yeah, did you like it? Like it? Want more? Subscribe. I'm fun and I'm good, and I have oh dear God, do I not have it here? No, I don't. Oh, I don't have my thwart fan. Oh well. Then in case one of my clients who I adore is watching this, I've been reading tarot since I'm 12. I'm now 52. I know, I don't look at thanks. She likes it when I thwarp the fan. And I want one out of maple, so I can do a maple thwarp anyway. Check out my book, Words of Grace. It's a really good read. It's a book of prayer. It might be helpful with all of this. It's been influenced by the work of Matt Kahn and Carolyn Mace, as well as a conglomeration of everything else that I've absorbed since I started my spiritual path awakening at a very young age. Otherwise, if you want to book me, like I said, find me on social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. All of the links for that is below. And you know, we have our own private Facebook group. Anyone can find it, but no one can see who's in it, called the Angelo Lyons MAL for short Facebook group. And we're a lot of fun there, and people post every day and good conversations, and I live stream there on occasion. So we'd love to have you along if you'd like to join up. So stupid, join up. We're a wagon train. Human centipede. But if you would like to come hang out, that sounds better. You are more than welcome to. Really, what an honor and pleasure. Go for your prosperity. Now you know what to cast for, but call in that archangelic fire energy to bring the truth to light. Otherwise, wish you all the very best and the very best of this new moon in Cancer to full in Aquariums. My Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Hail. Farewell. And blessed, blessed be.